Welcome and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the channel, and to another build video. Uh, yeah, I don't really like doing this in the beginning. I usually wait for the end, but since everybody's here in the beginning, please be sure to like, subscribe if you want some more content, and if you enjoy the build video. Let's get into the showcase, and I'll show you the build, how the build works right after that. So this is a DPS skill hybrid, type deal. I do get a bit better. I do get a bit of a better DPS out of it if I'm running glass cannon naturally, but glass cannon I die too quickly, and as you guys know, I like the more chill type, deal. So yeah, it's just the whole dying instantly just isn't for me. So I switched it for obliterate. Bit lower DPS, but in general, still a very good build. I still enjoy it a lot. Huh, didn't get this on this one. How? Oh, hi. Let's get you out of... And of course there's a convoy as well. Why wouldn't there be? Now, you could realistically... I'm using the drone and the turret. You could switch the turret for the purple goop. What do you call it? The oxidizer stuff. But I prefer I just use the drone because less brain power necessary. But the oxidizer does the same job. It's purely there to get people out of cover. And the turret actually does do a bit more damage, I think, in general, because it's less, it follows, the damage follows the people around and it doesn't just stick on one spot. The turret currently is useless because I dropped it below. So it's also not doing anything now, so it's just the turret that I'm running here. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna break the turret, get it up here. Now there's two different main weapons that I use on this build, and I'm going to switch after we kill this main guy. I'll switch to the capacitor, just to show off that a bit as well. But either weapon works, realistically. The capacitor, I think, is just a bit more stable and may deal a bit more damage, weapon damage, whereas InSync... I mean, the capacitor also, if you build your stacks up, it does more, the skills do more damage than what you could get off of this perfect InSync that I'm using. So yeah, I guess there's no real reason. I don't know. It's all based on personal preference. I think, oh yeah, crit hit chance is a bit higher on the test subject, I believe. But yeah, let's switch over to the capacitor now and I'll show you that. And this is, of course... Come on. Yeah, like there, I would have died with glass cannon. So you could also run... Is it Spike, I think? I believe it's Spike is the chest piece talent that you could run for the additional skill damage if you don't really care about the weapon damage as much. But I wanted to get it a bit balanced, as I wanted it to be a hybrid build. So it works. This guy's gonna hurt me. Yep, so like I'm dead. Yep. Luckily we're in a control point, so this guy will raise me. But that is not a fault of the build, that was just me being bad. Get the drone on that guy. Burn through this guy so that he doesn't hurt me. Oh, I'm playing with Fog of War. That's why I'm not seeing. That's why I'm not seeing the enemies coming in. That's fine. Let me guess, you're coming from the other side now. Usually they come from there. Now. No, you're coming from that way. Nice. Well. Well, both of you can just cease your existence because I do not want to deal with you. And it's a heavy. I'm burning. Drop the turret. Medkit. There we go. Let's wait, rogues? Rogues. Nice. So we have rogues, we have other stuff. Let's deal with the rogue agents as well. I'm just hoping that supply convoy doesn't start shooting me in the back now. But it seems I have at least one other person behind me. And I'm out of ammo, which is why I have this. Additionally, fuck, that hurts, you bastard. That oxidizer does a good amount of damage. It's just they don't stick in it. So I kind of wish that you could use two of the same type of skills, so that I could use the ensnare and the oxidizer together. I think that would be better. Or I think that would make it a bit more viable. Because oxidizer is very nice for spawn doors and stuff if you know the memorization of them. But in open world, yeah, that's not happening. Okay, drone's going to pick him out there. If I could actually hit a headshot from this distance. Oh no, my optimal range is down, so I'm probably only hitting 600,000 from here. But if they're close enough, which that guy's insanely far away because my drone's pushing him away. But hey, if he's far away, then I'm not in that much danger. There we go. And I guess let's quickly run this guy down as well. No, just no. Are you the last one? Or... resource convoy? Okay, it seems that it would seem that we actually got through that one relatively unscathed. Okay, so for the build, let's get over to the wall real quick. And that's not working. There we go. So for this build, now the first part of the thing, I was running the test subject. But yeah, so breakdown. We are using the technician skill tree specifically for the one yellow cord gives, and we rolled into the skill damage part of the skill tree at the bottom right. Then I have my max shade watch, so I am gaining the 10% crit chance, crit damage, and headshot damage there. Keep that in mind. Furthermore, for weapons, yeah, the first part I was using the test subject, and the second part I switched over to the capacitor. I also have a Resolute MK 47 with InSync on it as well. For a bit more range, you could use whatever. If you want to use an SMG, you can. I just prefer the A rifle. Not specifically the MK. It just had it on. I guess it just had it on it. So That's perfectly fine. For that, perfect subject has, or test subject has perfect in sync, which gives 20% weapon skill damage and 20% weapon damage for 5 seconds, depending on whether weapon damage is given when skills are dealing damage and skill damage is given when you deal weapon damage. Damage is doubled if both buffs are active at the same time. So if you're shooting and your skills are doing damage, you're gaining 40% weapon damage and 40% skill damage, which is relatively nice. As yeah, it's a DPS hybrid, so the weapon damage gets put to use and the skill damage gets put to use decently well. Then we have 2-piece Hana-Yu, which we are getting the 3-piece bonus from the Ninja Bike backpack. So Hana-Yu gives skill haste, skill damage, and weapon damage. Again, nice for both the hybrid build. Then everywhere you look, we have crit hit chance and crit hit damage rolled up to a point where I am reaching 58% crit hit chance with the test subject, and it's a bit lower with the Resolute at 50% crit hit chance. You could probably roll crit hit chance in the attributes for your rifle if you want. Give me 1 second. I'm going to deal with that because he's going to continue. Okay, we're still going to hear him, but he's probably not going to be ear-deafening loud. So, yeah, test subject, perfect in sync, and yeah, you could probably roll crit hit chance there. I believe that's where I was. The second part, I was running with the capacitor. Now, the capacitor doesn't get, it gets 7.5% weapon damage per skill tier. Now we're on 6. So what does that give us? At 7, it's 14, it's 15, so 30, 45. So I get a 45% weapon damage buff from the skill tiers, so 5% higher than the perfect in sync. And then we also get a 1.5 skill damage buff, stacking up to 40. So that is that's what it's +1, so it's 40, and then half of 40 is 20, so it's 60. So you get a 60% skill damage. So the capacitor is a bit better, so I'd say run that if you have it. If you don't have it, test subject works. If you don't have the test subject, honestly, any assault rifle with in-sync. If you want a bit more stability, I don't have it on me, I believe, but a police M4 works nicely. But yeah, that's pretty much the weapons. Pistol doesn't matter. I never use it, so it's just there. Honestly, if you don't have proficiency up there, anything that isn't proficient works nicely. To the gear. I believe we already started. I don't know. I lost track with the chicken. Anyway, yeah. So I believe we said 2-piece Hana-Yu for the skill damage and the weapon haste. We have the 3-piece bonus active because of the Ninja Bike backpack. Then we have a Walker Harris & Co. for the weapon damage and the damage to armor. We have crit chance skill damage rolled there with a skill damage mod. Holster, Picario's holster. Honestly, I was looking and looking basically for a normal Brazos holster with crit hit damage and skill damage on. The weapon damage works as well. Otherwise, you could get a Brazos holster and maybe roll the armor into a red core if you so wish. That would probably also be something that I could do. Although the 1 million armor, I don't really mind it. It's nice. So I guess it's fine if you want to run a bit more armor. It did save me once or twice in the plaything, as you saw. And then we were running 1-piece Empress International, once again getting both the skill health and skill damage. Oh yes. So as you see, we're running 4 yellow cores here. The 1 yellow core we are getting from the technician skill tree, and the 2nd yellow core we are getting from the 2-piece Brazos, which is because of the backpack. Skills, we're running, I'm running the turret and the drone. Realistically, you could run, yeah, you could run almost anything. This is just a bit nicer, I guess, in terms of, like I said, getting people out of cover. The turret's nice and the drone is nice for that. The turret has nice damage. I've also tried running the turret and the Artificer Hive for the refresh. That just makes it a bit more that just makes moving a bit more complicated, because now you need to focus on picking up the turret, picking up the Artificer Hive, and then moving that along with where you were or where you want to be. But yeah, I believe that's it. For the stat page, if you're interested, we have on the capacitor now, main weapon, we have 137,546 weapon damage. PvP damage is redundant because we're not doing PvP with this. We have 50% crit chance. You could roll out some of the crit damage for crit chance if you want 60%. I'm perfectly fine with 50. Or something around 50, 52, 49, doesn't really matter, but I'm perfectly fine with that. 111 crit hit damage, 75% headshot damage, and we have 15% damage to armor, which is also nice. Anything else that's incredibly important? Oh, yes, if you decide on running the test subject, you may need to equip the short reflex sight and the muzzle brake for both crit hit chance to get additional 10% crit hit chance there. So if you've got it equipped and you've only had 40, there's the 10 you're missing. But yeah, that is all for this video. I do hope you enjoyed, and like I said in the beginning, if you did enjoy, please be sure to hit like and subscribe. And could you shut up? And if you are interested in any more videos and you don't want to miss any future ones, please be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.